Welcome back, dear friends, to the channel Frugal Money Saver. My name is Emmy, my husband is Paul. We're an early retirement, debt and mortgage-free couple living in the state of New York. Our videos basically show you how to have a full, abundant life while spending less money. And today's video is just chock full of good old-fashioned money-saving tips and ideas. Let us first start by saying thank you for all the love and support you all poured out to us while we were going through our computer drama this past week. As most of you probably know by now, last Friday we went to upload a video and it wouldn't upload. It was taking hours and hours. We thought maybe it was YouTube or the internet just being slow. It was Labor Day weekend. Try again the next morning. Nothing. Get on the phone with Apple support, looking at all these different troubleshooting ideas. Finally, Sunday afternoon, they said, we need your computer to come in. There's something wrong. Your hard drive seems to be really full and it's not taking the updates it needs to. So this is what happened. Take a look. Okay, our little computer is going into the Apple store right now. We're hoping this is going to be a quick, frugal fix, but only time will tell.
All right, they fixed it, so let's see what happens.
The baby's coming home with us.
There it is.
But now our little computer is home, it's fixed, cost absolutely nothing. Zero. They were really amazing, and I thought we would come out with a $200-300 bill, honestly. Absolutely no charge, and the computer is running as if it just came off the factory belt. It's so quick, it's just amazing. So we are very thankful that saga is behind us. We were not able to upload a video till Tuesday when you saw Friday's video. We did lose a video in between somewhere. There is a video floating around, but that's okay. We only lost one. It just means we get to have more fun with you all and make a new one. So today's video, we are going to talk a little bit about the old-fashioned ways and how to save money the old-fashioned way. We also want to share with you how to implement some of the older ways that will just bring more peace and focus and joy into our lives on a daily basis and help us to save a bunch of money as well. Then we're going to share a little bit about our Labor Day picnic we had. We told you about this on Tuesday. So we want to share a little bit about that. Brother Sam stopped by, but he was not happy, and you're going to hear him rant for the first time. For those of you who may not know, I have 3 older brothers. And my middle brother is my brother Sam. He is the one who just lives life to the absolute fullest. You know, sees the day, carpe diem. That's my brother Sam. And he pops in on our channel every once in a while, and you all get a real kick out of visiting with him. So he's going to stop by today as well. First thing we want to do is just touch upon some of the ways we can start bringing the past into our modern day era on a daily basis. The old saying, the good old days aren't always good, is true. I mean, back in the day, people had it rough. I'm talking about even doing like everyday chores, washing clothes, foraging for food, trying to keep their food supplies cold, safe to eat, just so many things that they encountered that we don't have to think about today. But we can gain so much wisdom by looking at these older days as well. Today, technology makes the entire world available at the touch of a finger. We can go anywhere, we can learn anything, we can buy anything, literally on our computers, on our smartphones, and the world is at our fingertips. And yes, that is wonderful. It's awe-inspiring, and it's actually pretty sobering when you think about it. but it also can be a detriment as well. When that technology starts to creep in to every aspect of our lives and we become tech junkies, basically, that's what we become. We need to take a step back and try to start focusing on some of the older ways and how to bring that simplicity in today. Paul and I implement a lot of those older ways. We're not pursuing the bigger and the better. And that gives us a sense of calm. It gives us a sense of peace because we're not always looking to buy new, bigger, brighter things. So we don't have that hanging over our head, and we encourage you to do the same. That pursuit of bigger and better was not around back in the day. It just wasn't. Their options were limited. Their purchases were limited. They were limited to needs and not wants. People shopped for needs. For basic folks, funds were limited. You didn't shop as a recreation. That was not an option. Nor if you said to somebody, hey, let's go to the store and just wander around and buy stuff that we think we'll like or maybe that we see we'll like. Now, that didn't exist. But today, very commonplace. So if you can get away from that mindset of shopping as a recreation and go back to the ways of shopping for needs only, you will save a tremendous amount of money. I know we talk about this a lot, but before you buy new, check used. Things that were made in the past are of so much better quality. Back then, when something was made, it was made to last. That's how the retailers saw their items. They wanted you to buy their items, so they made them really well. Today, the items are made to be disposed of. They are made to be bought, used for a couple of years, and disposed of. Not only does that mentality of buying and disposing leave a giant footprint on this planet, but it also costs you a ton of money. My in-laws have the same early modern Danish furniture that they have had from 1960. Their living room furniture is so beautiful, in such great condition, because that furniture was made to last. And today, that quality is not there. When Paul and I were putting this video together, he said something to me that was so true. Things were made to be repaired back then. In other words, you could take them apart and fix them. TVs, you would take to a TV repairman and he would fix it, change the bulbs, whatever. Now you need a new TV. The TV goes out to the side of the road and that's where it stays until it goes into our landfills. My Pyrex, I get asked all the time, do you use it? I use it every day. I cook in it. I mix in it. I store in it. To me, it is something that was made of superior quality to what we have today. Simplify. If you need a new item, see if you can buy older item or a slightly used item before you buy brand new. Taking care of what we have is also a very old-fashioned trait. Paul says it to me all the time, a gentle touch saves money, and you take care of what you have. It is better to invest a little bit more money to buy quality than to buy something you're going to have to replace every couple of years. The other thing we can learn is to slow down. We are running at a marathon pace, so many of us. When you slow down, as those in the past had done, because they didn't have the diversions we have today, they got so much more done in the way of efficiency. They had a schedule. There was a routine to their days. And so many of us can benefit bringing a routine back to our days, even those of us who work from home or who are retired. When you schedule your time, when you have a routine, you get so much more done. And that's how they functioned. There was no running to McDonald's at night. There was no ordering a pizza at night. Whoever cooked in the home knew that week what they were eating and what day they were eating it. That's why I'm always pushing meal plans. When they went shopping for groceries, there was a list that was followed. You shopped for needs, not wants. Figuring out how to have more time by cutting out unimportant distractions, because they didn't have the unimportant distractions by then. They didn't have the online shopping. They didn't have the cell phone texting. They didn't have hours in front of a television set. So they were able to get so much more done, not only in the way of chores, but in the way of enjoying life. Another philosophy that they had was keep it simple. They didn't have access to exotic herbs and exotic seasonings and flavorings. They cooked well, and they cooked simply, and they cooked from scratch. They substituted items when they needed to. And so much of my zero waste food videos focus on that. So keep it simple. Don't stress out. You don't need to find some exotic spice that costs $30 for a half ounce, because that's what this recipe calls for. Throw in some salt, pepper, garlic, onion, you're good. They kept their meals basic and simple. I grew up with two Depression-era parents who were first-generation Italians to America. Our food was basic and simple. Meat, maybe once a week. Chicken, maybe once a week. The rest of the time was fresh vegetables, pastas, breads with fresh vegetables. My mom would make a whole meal, as I have showed you, with escarole, beans, and a loaf of bread. So remember, if a recipe calls for some exotic ingredient that they didn't have access to 50 years ago, bypass it. You don't need it either. They were always so creative. Another way we can bring the past into the present is being creative. Swapping out one item for another. Fixing what's broken. Repurposing items. That's all they did. Again, they didn't have access to Amazon to get on and buy whatever they wanted whenever they wanted. So they needed to learn how to make do with what they had. And they were no worse off because of it. Let's talk about having a good time. Back in the day, they spent very little, minimal, if anything, on entertainment. Entertainment was made. It wasn't bought. And I can't stress that enough. You gathered with family. I know, coming from my background, we gathered all the time with family. We played board games. We ate some good food. We would laugh, tell jokes, whatever it was. Play badminton outside. I mean, silly, but it was wonderful. Today, we buy our entertainment. We just assume on a Friday, we turn to our partner, our significant other, our kids, and say, what do you want to do this weekend? How about staying home and making your own good time and not spending any money? It is so possible. All the basic, old-fashioned good times can be had right in your own home, in your yard, in a local park. Go to the library. Start making your own good times instead of looking to buy them. Gather the family, play a board game, have a barbecue, bake some cookies, teach them a skill you may have. Do you have a skill? Teach someone else that skill. Barter your skill. Awesome ideas. They did that as well. Bartering was huge. So these are just all simple ways that we can implement the past into the present. Just some encouragement to take a little of the wisdom that the people who were here before us implemented. And now that times are so tough and inflation is so high, let's use their wisdom. Let's utilize their knowledge and bring it into today's modern society. And our lives would probably be a lot less hectic, a lot less stressful. We'd have a lot more money, and we would also be sharing ourselves with others on a one-to-one basis by gathering together and just having a simple good time. Now, with that, I am going to show some clip of our Labor Day party. I didn't film a lot because we were just trying to enjoy the day, but I did want to just film a little bit. I told you on Tuesday's video, and if you didn't see it, I will link it down below, what we were serving for the menu. But I wanted to show you what we did for dessert. We made some gourmet s'mores and then a fun little retro treat that cost all of $2. And everyone was like, what? My niece had never even seen this before. So I am gonna turn the camera around and we're gonna get outside for a few minutes. We have a blast from the past here. It is our Labor Day gathering. And we are making Jiffy Pop popcorn. Does anybody remember this? A really fun idea. So we're doing it out on the grill and we're waiting for this to pop. But what fun! I have not done this in about, my gosh, 40 years, Paul. What do you think? Maybe longer?
Longer for me.
Look at it. I think I paid $2 and something for this. But I thought for Labor Day, everybody would love this. Hey, we're cutting in. We haven't done this forever. Oh!
Is that
It's Jiffy Pop!
Jiffy Pop?
Woo!
Brother Sam, look at his Jiffy Pop.
Look at this. I have no idea how this is going to taste,
What
but
kind of popcorn is that?
I have no. It's Jiffy Pop popcorn. There we go. Happy Labor Day, everyone.
Yay.
So we are going to be making some gourmet s'mores. What I did was just bought a variety of mini candies. I've got Butterfingers, Snickers, Hershey's, and Reese's. We've got our marshmallows and we've got our graham crackers. Everyone can pick whatever kind of candy bar they like, and we are going to be making some s'mores. This is a great way to just stretch a bag of marshmallows, some graham crackers, and any kind of chocolate you may have around. A great Labor Day sweet treat. It was such a fun day. What about Jiffy Pop popcorn? Okay, I would not tell you to eat this on a regular basis, but once a year, oh my goodness, it was so fun to pop it. Everybody was like, ooh, when we opened it. It was really just a lovely day. The s'mores were a big hit. Now, Brother Sam came, and you know he loves to bring dessert. He was not happy with his purchase this time. Let's turn the camera around and see what's going on with Brother Sam.
How we doing, everybody? It's Brother Sam here, and I'm upset. I got to tell you, you have no idea how upset I am. Look at this mess. I buy these expensive things in Napoleons and cream puffs and cannoli things, and it looks like somebody hit it with a baseball bat. I could cry. I wanted to bring my little Debbie cakes, and I wanted to bring my moon pies, but nobody likes them. Oh no, don't bring them, Brother Sam. And we ended up with this. Look at this mess. I hope you all have a great Labor Day. I'm missing all of you, and you take care now. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
He is no different in real life than you see him. He is just Mr. Fun. He loves to have a good time, and he loves to make sure everyone else is having a good time. I would say that's one of his greatest qualities. He really does enjoy life to the fullest. With this video, we hope we have shared some useful, helpful, and encouraging information. We appreciate you all so much. Now, today's question of the day. Give me your best old-fashioned frugal hint or tip that you have brought into modern times. I know, like us, so many of you hang clothes on the line. You only wash clothes when you have a full load. So what is your best old-fashioned frugal tip that you employ today? Share that with us. Not only will it encourage Paul and I, but our viewers as well. And we thank you for that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. We ask you to stay well. We ask you to stay safe. And above all, we wish you blessings. Until our next video, may God bless you.